Last night I dreamed I killed everyone but you. Last night I dreamed I killed everyone but you. I spilled all their guts as I poured out my soul. I came and I ran them all through. Last night I dreamed I killed everyone but you. Last night I dreamed I killed everyone but you. Last night I dreamed I killed everyone but you. I set them on fire so you'd have light. Now all I see is you. Last night I dreamed I killed everyone but you. Last night I dreamed I killed everyone but you. Last night I dreamed I killed everyone but you. I sent them to hell and I gave my soul. Didn't see red and I lost all control. Now they're all dead. Now it's just me and you. Last night I dreamed I killed everyone but you.
The gentleman you just heard, and I actually played that track yesterday too, and got some very positive comments on it. That is Scrimmy the Dirtbag, who is sitting over there at the news desk. How are you, sir?
I'm well. How are you, Matt?
That's a big responsibility, being at the news desk. Like, for the time that you're here, you're the best newsman in the business by default.
You're in trouble now.
Yes, yes. Let's see. So that was, of course, I Killed Everyone But You. Very, very nice song. A romantic ballad, if you will. No, that is a great track, though. And I did get some, I know we were going to save everything for today, but I played it yesterday to kind of give people a preview of who was going to be coming on. And I did get some very nice comments on it. So people really dug it.
Seems to be the one that everybody wants to hear at shows.
Yeah, yeah, absolutely. And that, of course, is from, actually, I'll hold it up for people watching online so you can see it. Scrimmy the Dirtbag and the Cocaine Zebras. And the name of the album is Spare Parts. And when is this coming out?
November 22nd.
November 22nd. Now, is this a world radio premiere? We like the world premieres here.
I guess so, yeah.
Yes, excellent, excellent. And before that, too, to open the show, we played something from your band Razorburn City.
Yes.
A track called Snowstorm in Reno, which I really like. That's a great opener.
I like it a lot.
So I listened to that just today, and I was like, I got to open the show with that. That's a good high energy way to start. So it's wonderful to have you here. You and I have known each other for almost 2 decades now. Yep. It's like, where does the time go? And I always, I don't know if I've ever told you this, but, most people I know, I can kind of figure, okay, I've known that person for 5 or 6 years or something like that. Okay, I've known that person for maybe 10 or 12, somewhere around there. But you're the only person I can think of offhand who I can always figure out exactly how long I've known you. Do you have any idea why?
I feel like, we worked together a long time ago.
Right.
And then we've always pretty much done promotion and booking and whatnot.
Right. But there's a very specific reason. I met you at when we were both working for the company that we used to work for back in 2001. I met you right after 9/11 happened.
Okay.
Because one of the first conversations you and I ever had was about 9/11.
Oh, no.
Like the day that I met you, because I was working at the store in Concord and you came down from Guilford to help.
Yeah, I remember that.
And we had a conversation about 9/11. So you're like one of the few people in my life who I can figure out exactly how long I've known you for based on that.
It's too bad that has to be your point of reference.
I know. Well, it's got to be something, right? And of course, I've interviewed you actually many times over the years.
On your show, yeah. I think I was up here and I did an interview a few years ago.
Oh, yes. And I ran into you last night, of course, at the LA Guns show.
Yeah.
I was there to see Edgewise.
That was a good time.
Yep. Jenny and I went, and Edgewise opened, and they were phenomenal. They've been around for 20 years. Can you believe it?
Yeah. I've known Chris for at least a decade, Chris the drummer.
Yeah, yeah. Chris,
who I've had
Hayakuna.
an on and off again recording project with him
right
since we met. So
yeah, I think when those guys were in here, was it last week or
Probably
the week
last
before?
week.
Yeah, it must have been last week. That's right, it was. Yeah, he had mentioned that you and he were doing something together. So you've been how many bands have you been in? Do you even keep track?
I don't know how it counts. Like ones that actually did anything or ones I just put together for fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
Quite a few.
More than 20?
Probably.
Yeah. Wow. Yeah.
Everybody gets sick of me after a while.
Really? Yeah. Is that why you started doing solo stuff?
I had a tour booked with my old band, Yankee Cockfight, and the band dissolved before the tour, and I didn't want to cancel the tour, and I had a handful of songs already ready to roll.
Yeah.
And I just went on the tour anyway on my own.
Right. Yeah. Is Yankee Cockfight completely done?
I would assume so.
Okay. No, you guys had a tumultuous relationship, but
It is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah. But and you, what do you play? Because you're one of those people I'm always jealous of who plays multiple instruments.
I mean, on the Cocaine Zebra stuff, I just play rhythm guitar and sing. I do both poorly, so I have a really great band that fixes all of that.
Okay, so I have to. Well, let me say this: when I listened to "I Killed Everyone But You," I was actually very impressed with, because usually your vocals, they're kind of rough and whatnot, and that suits the style of what you're doing. But you sing pretty well on that. Like, you actually do have a nice voice.
I've come a long way.
Yeah. No, you have. Because I listened to that and I was like, he actually sounds nice. You know what I mean? Like you can definitely sing.
Thanks.
A lot of the projects
I have my moments.
Oh yeah. A lot of the projects that I've seen you in over the years, you've done backing vocals and maybe a little bit of lead, but no, I listened to that song. I was like, geez, he sounds really good on that.
Thanks.
Did you do anything to get to that point, or was it just a matter of, because obviously with the solo material, you've been singing lead.
I became the singer of my band by default, so over the past couple of years, I've had to just kind of figure it out.
Yeah. Well, it worked. So, well done. And now, why is this Scrimmy the Dirtbag and the Cocaine Zebras? Who are the Cocaine Zebras?
The Cocaine Zebras is a thing. It's Eric Ober, Kevin Landry, and Leviathan. But the deal is I've been changing the name of the band pretty much per show for the past 4 years.
Yeah.
And it became a joke. And then we decided that this was the main version of the band, and we decided to pick a name.
Yeah.
So when the Cocaine Zebras play, it's a very different show than most of the other versions.
Right. Yeah. Leviathan.
It's a pretty tight unit.
Leviathan, he's in multiple bands too, isn't he? Yeah.
He plays in the Night Blinders, and he plays with me now.
Does he play in Donaher too?
Not anymore.
Oh, but he did.
He did.
Okay, good. All right. I wasn't imagining that. Yeah. And Eric Olber, he's done a bunch of
he's a
stuff
machine,
too, right?
Yeah. He plays with Oddfellows Way, and I believe he plays with Brooks Young, and he plays with Dusty Gray.
Yeah.
And he was in the Grebes for a while, and I met him when he was playing in Rippin' E-Breaks. And,
Oh, yeah. Oh, wow.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He's great.
he's been in a lot of bands.
He's the guy you want to have around.
Yeah, yeah. Brett Higgins is asking, so were the songs around a while, or did you write them specifically for the new record?
The song we just played, the I Killed Everyone, was actually been around for a couple years. We put it out on a split EP as a demo about a year and a half ago, and we re-recorded it for this. There's a song called Flesh by the Pound.
That's a great song,
That's
too.
exclusive to this record, but it's been kicking around for about 3 years, and I never finished it until this.
Oh.
Break the Moon is new to this album. There's a song on it called Last Apology that's brand new that nobody's heard yet. There's a cover song on there that I can't say on the air, but it has some guest vocals from Doug from Scissor Fight and my homie Nick Barbarian and John Fadden from Onera and Ichabod. And then the first song is just more of like a instrumental collaboration between everybody in the band.
Oh, okay. Jenny is here as well. Hello.
Hello, hello.
Hello.
She was, we were at the show
You were there
last night.
too.
Yeah.
Yes,
You're wearing
indeed.
the shirt I gave you.
I am. And I took your advice and
Cut it up.
cut
Yep.
it up.
I was going to wear mine, but then I wore the other Edgewise shirt yesterday. I didn't want to wear an Edgewise shirt 2 days in a row.
Why?
But I'll probably wear it
Why
tomorrow.
not?
Well, because that'd be weird.
Because why?
Because people wouldn't necessarily know that it was a different shirt, so they think I just wear the same clothes every day.
Well, I mean, you should,
Um,
truth comes out eventually, you know.
right.
Saying.
Yeah, I was laughing when I read the title of the last song on here.
Wait, I have to see that now. You have to show me that.
Well, you can. I don't know if you can see it from there.
No.
But,
Jerk. You're a jerk.
what
Let me show you. Hold it up a mile away.
with Razorburn City? Are you guys playing out as a band at all? Or?
Yeah, no, we've been a band for 2 years so far, but we've only been active since like last January.
Oh, okay.
So,
Yeah.
but it's I grabbed a couple of friends from different bands that I thought would all mesh together well as personalities and like skill levels, and
Yeah.
wanted to do something heavier again and wanted to get back into playing bass again. And
Yeah. Yeah.
so I got Lee Little, the old singer from American Burn. He's a really good friend of mine. And Brian McCarthy from Thunderhawk on guitar, and Charlie Farr from Halo and the Harlots on drums. And yeah, it's pretty awesome.
Yeah. Yeah. Is Thunder Rock still around?
Not they're still a band. They're just not active right now.
I wondered about them because I played when you mentioned them. I've played their. They do a cover of War Pigs.
Yeah.
that I've played on
great.
the show. That's really.
They were
good.
going to do a cover of Fleetwood Mac's The Chain.
Oh, really?
Was
Yeah.
what I heard.
Oh, wow.
But they ended up doing War Pigs.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah. So now, are you the other projects that you've been associated with? You know, going back like Mantra. Is Mantra doing anything now? Or
We haven't played a show, I'm going to say, in a year and a half.
yeah.
So Mike's been doing his solo thing. I'm not really sure what John's up to. And
Yeah. Yeah.
Sean's just busy being the family man.
Right. Right. And then what's
It'd be awesome if we could play.
Oh yeah, no. As you know, I love Mantra. Those are great songs, and you know the chemistry of you guys on stage is remarkable. And then of course, and what about I'm blanking on the name now. The band with Gravy,
Meat Saw.
Meat Saw. Yes, is Meat Saw doing anything?
Band with the gravy?
Yes, no. The lead singer's name is Gravy. What? You've never known anyone named Gravy?
Why is it that everything in your world is associated with a food item?
That's how it should be.
Oy vey.
Yes.
As of this point, that band's kind of disbanded.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
we played, I'm going to assume, our last show over in June.
Oh, okay. So so this year, relatively recently, or this year. Wow. Okay.
It was our 15-year anniversary.
Wow.
Yeah.
No kidding.
Yep.
Jeez, that's amazing. Where do you record?
So on this record, for the Cocaine Zebras record, we did almost all of it at Wrong Town Studio in Concord. Eric Ober recorded it and produced it, and then Brian Jackson from Cactus Attack recorded the Last Apology song, and then Eric Sauter at Blackheart Sound mastered it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Now, what about Razorburn City? Do you record that there too?
We recorded that at James Moody from Thunderhawk's house. The drummer from
kidding.
Thunderhawk. He's got a studio in his house. It's real nice, and he was cool enough to hook it up for us. So
Outstanding.
yeah.
Well, we can. Why don't we play another track from your new album? This is here. I'll hold it up again for folks watching online. So, Scrimmy the Dirtbag and the Cocaine Zebras, Spare Parts, which is also the name of the first track on the album.
What are you gonna play?
But let's see. We got.
I want to hear "Break the Moon."
You want to hear "Break the Moon"?
Yeah.
I was gonna ask you, what would you like to go with?
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a great. This is a
Like
great
the
track.
middle section reminds me of like Ride the Lightning era Metallica breakdown. It doesn't really make any sense with the rest of the songs, but it's really fun.
Yeah. And while I'm queuing that up, this is going to be out when again?
It comes out Friday, November 22nd, and the release show is at the Dover Brick House. And we're playing with Left Playing Cruiser from Fort Wayne, Indiana, and Bitter Pill from Portsmouth, I believe.
Okay.
And Joey Henry from the Calamity Cubes. He's just kind of floats around the country. I'm not really totally sure where he's from, but
really?
he's going to be there too.
Very nice.
Yeah.
Very nice. Remember when everything used to come out on Tuesdays?
I do.
And then it changed.
I think about that all the time.
Do you? Yeah, it's weird, right? And then everything changed to Fridays. Yeah.
Working at a record store for the better part of a decade.
Yeah. Do you remember what happened? Why that happened?
I don't remember why it changed. Wasn't it like Eminem or something happened?
No, well, what happened was it was like this slow creeping thing where people started, what they call in music retail breaking street date to try to compete
Correct.
with each other.
Yeah.
So like Walmart would start putting out their new releases on Friday
Yeah.
before the weekend to get a jump on everybody, and nobody could do anything about it because it's Walmart. Mm-hmm. So then the company that we worked for started doing that to
I
compete with
remember
Walmart.
the Walmart released the Eminem album like a week before it was supposed to come out.
Right,
So
yeah.
everybody had to just say, screw it.
Right,
and put it out.
exactly, because Walmart's so powerful. So then it became like this thing where after a while it was like, okay, I guess things come out on Friday now, and the entire industry just kind of changed, and it all started with Walmart. This is kind of a funny thing, or at least it's
And all of that is dead now, and here we are.
well, it's not all. I mean, well, actually, before we play this
You
track,
were there
Break
till the
Moon,
bitter end, weren't you?
sort of, yeah, yeah.
You
2013, yeah.
Yeah.
But that company still has
some stuff.
yeah, not much.
Yeah.
Not much. Is this strictly an online release or?
No, man, I got physical copies. You got one in your hand?
That's true. Yes, yes.
I got physical copies.
Sometimes you have to point out the obvious there for Matt.
It happens.
I
I'm
know.
the same way.
I know. But we all love them.
Physical copies go out on the 22nd. Any pre-orders are going out the week before, and it'll go up on Spotify hopefully quickly after that, and all the other streaming services.
Yeah, excellent. And you've got a website, scrimmythedirtbag.com.
That is me.
I assume it'll be there.
Yes.
Excellent.
How do you spell it? Just to make sure people know.
SCRIMMYTHEDIRTBAG.com.
Cool.
You know how long?
So hard.
You know how long it took me to get used to referring to you as Scrimmy? Because back in 2001, the week of 9/11, you weren't using that name yet, or at least not publicly.
No, it just kind of
Took me a while to adapt.
How did it happen?
It's a long story.
Really? Is it a long sordid story? Or?
It's a long, sordid story. I don't really feel like talking about it.
That's fine. All right, let's give this a listen. This is
You
Break
can
the
look
Moon.
it up on Urban Dictionary as well.
Oh, well, that's
nice.
That's a good clue.
I'm so good at write that down, man. I don't want to forget it.
Right, that's a
I
good
want to
clue.
know where to look. I want to remember to look that up.
All right, here it is. This is Break the Moon, brand new from Scrimmy the Dirtbag and the Cocaine Zebras. That's great. That is Break the Moon, Scrimmy the Dirtbag, and the Cocaine Zebras. And Scrimmy is here with us live. And this is out November 22nd, you said?
Correct.
Excellent. Excellent.
Find out then, November 22nd.
Now, you're still doing, you still book the Shaskeen, right?
Yes.
Yeah. And you
8
do,
years.
8 years you've been doing that. Wow. That's amazing.
It is.
Yeah, because you've booked a lot of places over the years, and of course, a lot of venues.
I still help
we
out
know.
here and there with different spots, but this is my home base.
Yeah,
That's a place I haven't been yet.
yeah. It's a nice room. It's a nice room,
Have to go.
and you do shows there every week, right? That you put on, yeah.
Yep.
And then do you play there too once in a while? or-
Once in a while.
Yeah, yeah. And what it's kind of a variety, right? Like you bring in a lot of different
Everything from like metal bands to some hip hop stuff to country to like the folk punk, the indie rocks, like alternative rock stuff.
Oh, wow.
Try to do different things every single week to keep it like different things flowing, I guess.
Yeah, yeah.
That's cool because a lot of times venues are like, they're kind of especially, you go to play, that's what they have the same thing or
Right.
a similar style.
We don't
I
do
like
that.
that.
Yeah.
I like that. I like mixing it up.
Yeah, well, it's nice too that that there's still somewhere in the area that really caters to original music because there's so many.
It's different when you actually have people running the show that actually are really into music.
Right, yeah.
I mean, obviously it's a business, but you have to like love it.
I was curious to ask you how things have changed in that regard because you've also been involved in that aspect of things for so long. And I used to be, I used to book a lot of shows and I did a lot of stuff at the old Uptown Tavern, which is gone now. For example, that was kind of my home base for a long time. And I did shows other places too. And, eventually my focus really shifted and as far as, more just being a broadcaster. But I'm wondering like from when, I don't know, if you go back even just 5 years, I mean, is it different now, or is it basically just kind of the same?
It's easier.
But it's actually easier.
It's easier now.
Interesting.
It's
that
a little bit
surprises
more
me.
stressful because of how easy it is.
Really?
Like, I don't mean like easy like in a cocky way. It's just everything's so accessible now, and
Yeah.
I can book a show within a few text messages.
Right.
I can access the band's Bandcamp pages through Bluetooth speakers from my phone.
Right.
While
Yeah.
I'm on my
I
break
never really
at
thought
work
about
or-
that. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
I can check my email on my lunch break and listen to bands while I'm eating my lunch, and then I can say yes or no, or here's some dates, and
Yeah.
so.
That's really cool. I think that kind of opens things up for more bands.
But the fact that that's all so accessible means that I'm that accessible. So my social media and my email and my text messages and Messenger and everything is pretty much constantly flowing, and it's hard to keep track of everything all the time.
Yeah.
you almost need an assistant for that.
Gets stressful. I would love an intern.
Yeah. No kidding. Huh? No kidding.
Here's the first word of it. If you want to be my intern, hit me up.
Yeah. Do you get do you have to reject a lot of artists who approach you about playing at the
It
Shaskeen?
depends because
Yeah.
some stuff I don't really have an audience for it.
Right.
There's I can only sell it to so many people, and like I could get a really great band in a genre that I'm not familiar in, and I wouldn't be able to promote it properly because I don't have an audience for it. It's
Right.
not something that I'm familiar with, and
Yeah.
yeah.
Do you ever get anything that's just awful?
Yeah, oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, I've definitely gotten some interesting things over the air where I actually had to write to someone asking if this was a joke.
Really?
Do you ever
Oh,
get
wow.
like they show them on those reality shows? Do you ever get people that like get mad at you?
Yeah.
Like keep coming after you, like, how can you not play us? We are the bestest band ever.
I have from time to time I have to tell people that I can't book them and tell them why. Sometimes some people like I'm not super PC guy, obviously, but some people just kind of cross the line with content that I'm just not interested in working with.
Yeah.
So.
That's understandable. Now something I hear from people is that one way it's maybe this is a myth. Is it more difficult to get people out to shows though now because of technology? Because some people would rather just, now you're competing with
It's hit or miss.
Netflix and
It's hit or miss.
Yeah.
Because I definitely enjoy a good night off with like Netflix or like the Wrestling Network or whatever, and not have to do anything. Mm-hmm. But I still,
but you're around it all the time. I think that people still like it.
I still like going to shows.
Yeah,
I go.
You can't get a live show out of your TV. Not really. I mean, yeah, you can get some decent sound, but it's not the same thing as being in the room with them.
Well, some people are just really into music, and some people are very passive about it.
Yeah. But it sounds like from your perspective, this whole narrative that's out there, that because I hear it from people, and again, I'm curious about it because I've been out of that aspect of things for years now. I hear from people that it's so much harder to get people to come out for live shows now. But it sounds like
sometimes the venue has a lot to do with it, or like a promoter, or like you don't want to go see a certain band because they're a dink, right. It doesn't work for everybody, I guess.
But you're still having a lot of success with it at the Shaskeen. It sounds like you're still
we got a good thing going on over there.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's great.
Josh James gives me the liberties to get away with a lot of things, and he gives me the go to book some pretty cool stuff.
Yeah.
So.
See, I've heard about them a number of times, and I've seen a number of shows that I've been like, "Oh, that would be cool. That would be cool."
Well,
now I really want to go.
Going out to them
now I want to go
on Netflix.
No, I mean, yeah, you know what it is? Sometimes it's just to get up and go. There was this article read not that long ago that was this whole 5-second rule thing for life. Like when you're thinking about doing something and you're like literally trying to count to 5 to get yourself to do it. I've been doing that, and I'm actually going out more and doing more things just by getting out of my own way.
I can relate to that.
Yeah, yeah. No, I think we all can at times. Yeah.
You want to play another song?
What would you like to play?
Let's play Flesh by the Pound. I think this hopefully will catch on with people's at the shows to do the sing along crap.
Yeah, I think you're right. Yeah, I like this one a lot.
This is my version of Montrose Crawling, basically.
Oh, interesting. See, I didn't think so. Now I'm going to be thinking about that as we listen to it. Yeah, Crawling's a great song. All right, so this is Flesh by the Pound. This is Scrimmy the Dirtbag and the Cocaine Zebras from the new album Spare Parts, which is going to be out November 22nd, correct? Correct. Okay. And here it is, Flesh by the Pound. This is great.
By the pound. I won't give, I won't budge. Will I be the man you want? You be the judge. I won't sow, I won't reap. Will I be the company? Where you're at the pound. Flesh by the pound. Flesh by the pound. Flesh by the pound.
That is great. That is Flesh by the Pound, brand new from Scrimmy the Dirtbag and the Cocaine Zebras. The new album Spare Parts coming out November 22nd. And no, I love that. And it's got a little bit of that Americana flavor to it. Scrimmy is here. He's at the news desk, ladies and gentlemen. Hello.
I am here to deliver the news.
Yes, yes.
We're all going to die.
Oh, no. Well, that's actually true.
Yes.
I mean, hopefully not soon, but you never know. There could be an asteroid headed for us right now, and we wouldn't even know it.
Please.
Nah, I have more. Honestly, like Armageddon would really mess up my schedule. I
wouldn't have a schedule anymore.
Right. Well, that's true. I have things to do, though. I have appointments. Don't you have appointments?
Not if the world ends.
Well, that's true. That is true. I guess that problem solves itself.
Yeah.
Have you written any apocalyptic songs?
What? So the I Killed Everyone But You song.
Yeah.
I had a dream basically. It was almost like a zombie apocalypse dream.
Yeah.
And basically the song's about protecting the one you love and killing everybody around you.
Oh, okay.
So.
Huh, interesting. Brian Mackey shared a link to the Here We Go Again tour. He wasn't kidding. I thought he was kidding about Cher. She actually is doing the Here We Go Again tour.
Sweet. Here we go again.
That's great. The prices, there's tickets for front row tickets available for $2,500.
That's not bad.
Wow. Brian also says hello from Idaho, Scrimmy. So I think you have a new fan from
hello
from Idaho.
Idaho.
Do you plan on touring Idaho?
I am pretty sure I'm retired from the touring.
Are you?
Yeah. It's been a while.
Yeah. But you have, you've gone
all over the place.
Yeah. Like with who? Like with what projects?
Mostly I did a lot of touring with Yankee Cockfight for a couple years.
Oh yeah.
We covered a good amount of the country.
Yeah.
And then I've done 3 or 4 tours as a solo performer, and I was able to bring a whole band on tour once.
Wow. That's amazing. Yeah.
We did a summer tour and with Cactus Attack, and I had a band.
Yeah.
Went out to the Midwest and whatnot.
Yeah. Now, why do you say you think you're kind of done with touring at this point?
That's life's changed. Things cost money.
Yeah.
Having an actual job now.
Right.
Trying to maintain a home life.
Yeah.
I don't know. If somebody wants to pay me to go on tour, I guess I can go on tour.
Right. But
gotta pay everybody else too.
Yeah. So it's not as glitzy and glamorous as people imagine.
not 8 people stuffed in a minivan with no side doors is not always what it's cracked up to be.
You can't just hop on a private jet, in other words, and just fly around and play shows.
Nope.
No.
A lot of peanut butter and honey sandwiches.
Well, that's disappointing. Oh my goodness. Do you miss it at all? That part of it, or are you kind of glad?
I miss the meeting people all over
Yeah.
the place. So like that's a kind of a bummer that I have friends all over the country, or people I consider friends that I don't really get to see very often anymore.
Yeah, yeah, of course.
So usually like other bands that are touring through that I've met in my travels, I usually try to scoop them up when they're coming through.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. Well, that's good that you can do that.
Mhm.
Yeah. Jenny was asking me last night if I miss even just, playing out and being in a band and all that. And sometimes I do. Sometimes I get the itch, but the thing is if I were going to do it, like I'd have to, I don't know. Like I would have to have like maybe one of the bands I was in reform or something, cuz I'm not going to
Start from scratch.
Yeah, not at this stage. Like I don't want to like join a cover band and play Mustang Sally. You know
Good.
what I mean?
That's a good thing, Matt.
It is a good thing,
for
isn't
you.
it? Yeah. I have pride, I guess. I just
Good.
Well, that it sounds depressing. I'd kind of rather slit my wrists than do that, to be honest with you. So that kind of sucks the joy out of it,
I've definitely cut back on a lot of that too, though. Like playing shows is not as much. Trying to space things out a little bit.
Yeah.
Make more of an event out of things.
Right.
Because you're doing we're doing the cockfight days. I was doing like 100 to 150 shows a year for a couple of years.
Wow.
Just so we could keep touring and paying our rent. So
Right. But that's a little different, though.
now I'm like doing like 12
Yeah.
a year.
Yeah. No, I hear you. But it's a little different though when you're actually making money and you're touring around to different markets and playing and you're doing a lot of shows. I mean, that's great, really. But when because I've been in bands where, and I saw a lot of other bands doing it too, and I'm sure some still do. Actually, one leaps to mind that I'm not going to mention and I know you'd rather I not mention them. But no, but there's bands that I was in where we would be playing like every weekend in Manchester somewhere.
Yeah. No, I was doing the same circuit as you. I was back when I was doing the Losers Fight It thing. Like,
oh yeah, another band you were in that which I really liked. I forgot about them.
I love that band.
Yeah. What happened to them? And anything? Or
No.
is that done?
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's been done for a decade.
Yeah. Wow.
Our singer moved to New Zealand, and our drummer got married and moved to Oregon, and our bass player moved to New York.
Wow. Okay.
So
yeah. So everybody,
So they all left me behind.
They all left you.
Yeah.
They all left you. But yeah, I remember that now. You guys were playing a lot.
Mhm.
Yeah. But it was kind of like it's a double-edged sword, because on the one hand, like from my perspective, like I was conscious of, playing the same places all the time. It's probably oversaturation.
Yeah.
But at the same time, it was like, but I loved, it was my favorite thing to do was to get out and play. So it's almost like, in some
There
ways,
really wasn't any money in it.
oh no, that's for sure. That's for sure. The money is actually in being in a cover band and playing Mustang Sally. Irony of ironies.
Yeah. I'm all set.
Like the worst thing you could do is how you could make the money. Right? Like but isn't that just life?
I mean, I don't think I'm ever going to get to that point.
I don't think so. I can't. I can't imagine. I can't imagine.
I
that
write
you would.
songs constantly, so
Yeah.
I don't really need to start a cover band. And if I'm not playing shows, I'm making or recording and
Yeah.
writing. And
Well, that's the thing too, though. I mean, to your credit, you've built a career where you would never be at that point to begin with. You know what I mean? Because you've worked with so many people, and so many people,
there's
and you've
some really great musicians around here.
There are, and you've made so much great music with so many great people that I can't imagine you ever being in a position where that would be your only option. Would be to you'll always be able to create
I hope
new
so.
music with people. I think so. Yeah,
I hope so.
I think so. Whereas someone like me, like I said, if I were to step back into it now, I mean, who knows? You know what I mean?
If it's not what you're into, don't do it.
Yeah,
If you want to do it, do it.
Yeah. It's like
If you want to do something bad enough, you'll figure out a way to make it happen.
who was the band I can't believe that the name is escaping me now. Who's the band from around this area who, like 10 years ago, was playing like 1 million shows? And they would just play constantly, and no one was really going to see them. What's his name? Adam.
Oh, I knew exactly where you were going. Mongrel.
Mongrel, thank you. Yes, I can't believe I couldn't remember the name. That's how long it's been for me.
I mean, that band probably got pretty burnt out after a long time because they were playing out constantly.
Oh, yeah, that schedule was nuts.
Yeah, I see Rev. He plays in the Evil Streaks, and they're great.
I don't know them. The Evil Streaks?
Yeah.
I'll have to check them out.
They're awesome.
Yeah. Yeah, Rev was great. Hello to Bill Murphy in the Facebook live chat. Yeah, I think a lot of people got burnt out because that band was like...
we went through a lot of band members.
Oh, yeah.
And
Adam was the only constant.
Mm-hmm.
And Adam's a great guy. I'm not trying to say anything negative.
Another big wrestling fan.
Yes, yes. And I totally respect the work ethic.
Mm-hmm.
Totally. But my God. like, you know... I don't think
it's hard to find people to keep up, you know, and not that they're not physically capable, but it's scheduling is kind of a pain in the ass sometimes.
Right.
Unless I can afford to pay a band to go on tour, it's really not going to happen.
Right, yeah, of course.
I've got great guys. I would love to take them more, but
oh yeah,
everybody's got lives and jobs and things and such.
Yeah. Yeah, and I wonder too, like with technology, like we were talking about earlier, you know, you can, I think it's probably easier than it's ever, well, I know it is easier now than it's ever been in certain ways to reach people in other parts of the country and in other markets without actually physically being there on tour.
I'm still trying to figure all of that out.
Yeah.
Because I've been more of a grassroots kind of a person. I was very against putting my music on Spotify for a long time.
Were you? Interesting.
And I was recently talked into it, so my old back catalog of the first few EPs is up there now.
Oh, excellent.
I didn't have any interest in it.
Now, why is that? Why were you resistant to it originally?
I just don't feel like the artists are compensated properly. And
Right.
I feel like if you like the music well enough, you're going to go to a show and you're going to buy a physical copy of it or whatever.
Yeah.
So,
yeah. And I feel like,
but unfortunately, that's not how it goes.
well, when the Edgewise guys were here, we were talking about how people do still buy CDs because
they sold a whole bunch of them last night.
Yeah, which is fantastic. So I don't think they'll ever really go away because people like to have, you know, if you're really into an artist, you know, you like to have the artwork and the liner notes and all that.
People that like to collect music. I'm one of them.
Right.
I have a stupid music collection at home. I have a whole like walk-in closet in the house that's just like shelves of CDs still and boxes of them below it, and then bins and bins and bins of records in multiple rooms in the house. And so I like to collect physical music.
Right. Well, it's funny how stuff doesn't go away that people think is going to go away too, like CDs and vinyl, which, you know, there's a misconception as you know, that vinyl went away and then came back, when in reality it never really went away.
I was always collecting it since I was a kid, and I've always been collecting it.
Right.
Even in like the 90s. I remember buying a copy of the first Wu-Tang album on vinyl, and I was psyched.
Oh, wow. That's awesome. Yeah, because people don't realize that, too, you know, even in the 90s, you know, every major label release was backed by vinyl. Mm-hmm. They were still, they never stopped making it.
Like the late 80s, early 90s.
Yeah.
I think Pearl Jam was like the last big band to really push the vinyl thing.
Right.
For a while. And kind of CDs for a while.
Yeah.
Now it's like a big thing. I still can't afford to get my stuff on wax, but hopefully someday.
But the thing that really blew my mind, this I never saw coming, and it was actually because of Bandcamp that I realized this was going on. Cassette tapes?
I don't even want to talk about that.
What the hell?
Yeah. I know. The things that were like ruined on the floor of my car for years.
Yeah.
I would always have like a trash bag full of cassettes, and I would just grab one and like toss it. And
Right. Right.
If I didn't want it in my car anymore, I would just throw it away.
Right. Well, what's funny about it to me is, so this was like maybe a decade ago, but when the last time that I was doing something with the Jinxed,
I think, wasn't the last show you played with the Jinx was with Meat Saw, wasn't it?
at
Millie's?
Millie's. Yes,
Yeah.
it was. Oh my God, yes.
I think, was it Mistaken for the Gifted played?
Yes. Wow, you have a better memory than me for that.
I
That's
remember
excellent,
that
yeah.
show because I had to do a mantra show that afternoon, and I had to leave, like put my bass down, get in my car, and fly and drive as fast as I could to Manchester. And
Yes.
my band had to like set up my gear ahead of time, and I literally walked in the door and just walked on stage and picked up my guitar. And we went
Right.
in.
Yeah. Totally. Yep. That was our last
It
show
was
in the
raining
Jinx.
very hard that night.
It was, yes. Oh, hello to Chris Rose in the Facebook live chat. But we had a joke for the longest time in the Jinxed that for our reunion
I actually ran into Jesse, your drummer.
he was not in the Jinx. He was in My Life Crisis.
That's what it was. Okay,
My Life
sorry,
Crisis,
my
yeah.
bad.
That's okay. But we used to joke in the Jinx that we were going to release a single,
Okay,
and just to commemorate. But it was a joke.
we used to. So when like Strawberries and everything was getting rid of all of that stuff, you
Yeah.
could get them all for like 50 cents. So we would buy them all
Yeah.
and then just take rubbing alcohol and rub off all the words on the tapes.
Yeah.
And then just like tape a song on one side and put another song on the other.
No
and just
kidding.
write in Sharpie like the name of our band or whatever and just give them out.
Oh, I'll be damned.
Yeah.
That's brilliant.
Yep.
Oh wow, I didn't know you did that. That's
Yep,
that's very
did that
smart.
for a long time.
Yeah. Oh wow, that's great. But yeah,
Whatever happened to the singer of that old band you were in, My Life Crisis? I remember liking that guy a whole bunch. Matt?
Oh yeah, Matt Bover.
Yeah.
I run into him once in a while on Facebook, but he has a kid now. He started a family, and I don't think he's doing anything in music. I think once MLC ended, I think that was kind of it for him.
Gotcha.
Unfortunately, because he's very talented.
Yeah, I thought he was great.
I'd love to see him do something else. Hello to Rhonda Favero in the Facebook live chat. Busy show in there. That's great. No, it's just so weird because we used to joke about releasing a single, and then a few years ago I'm on Bandcamp, and I'm seeing these new artists, and they've got cassettes, and I'm like, what?
It's I mean, every generation kind of scoops up the trends from 20 years before.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
remember as a teenager in like the 70s was kind of a thing, like
Right.
punk rock and like hippie crap.
Yeah. But it's interesting how, like, to me, that's one of the interesting things about getting older is seeing how some things change and how some things don't. And the things that sometimes the things that people think will be here forever end up changing. And sometimes the things that people think are going to go away never quite go away. You know what
never goes away?
What's that?
The Johnny Earthquake Band.
Ooh, good segue. Yeah. you want to play that? Do you need to take off? We can.
I'm probably gonna have to head out pretty quick.
Yeah. I know you've got rehearsal tonight, so we'll end with that. But before you go, let's remind everybody, of course, and I'll hold it up for those watching online. The new release from Scrimmy the Dirtbag and the Cocaine Zebras. It's called Spare Parts, and we've been playing some stuff from that today. And of course, you also have your band Razor Burn City. I almost said Razor Blade City, Razor Burn City, which is phenomenal. I love that. Great stuff. You're always doing a lot.
Hopefully.
ScrimmyTheDirtbag.com. Yeah, no, you're one. I mean, talk about work ethic. You and what is Cliff Island Records? Is that you?
That is me.
That is you. Okay.
Yeah.
Why Cliff Island? I like it, but why?
It's just
Does it any particular meaning or?
It's just a place that exists but doesn't.
Gotcha. Cool. No, I like the logo and everything. But yeah, so this will be out November 22nd. So everybody make sure you look for that. And Scrimmy, this has been wonderful, man. And you're welcome anytime. By the way.
That was great. I'm glad we bumped into each other and made it happen.
Absolutely. And you're welcome to pop in anytime. But so we'll end with this. This is from a previous release of yours. We can't say the name of the 3-song EP itself, But the song is called "The Reason I Can't Sleep," and this is a Johnny Earthquake cover. And who is Johnny Earthquake? For those who don't know,
Johnny Earthquake is a New Hampshire punk rock legend. If you've ever seen the Pirate Man walking around for years and years and years, that's the guy. And from time to time, he is one of the Scrimmy the Dirtbag band members.
Oh, no kidding!
Yeah,
really?
yeah.
Oh, wow!
Yep,
Very cool.
We have a different version of the band where he plays pedal steel with me. We pretty much just do rockabilly and country versions of the stuff.
Oh, is he on?
He is on the first album. He's on the this time around. Like the first Scrimmy EP.
Oh, okay. All right. Very cool.
And now he plays shows with me from time to time.
Very nice. Very nice. So yeah, I remember. I remember the first time I ever saw him. It was at Cafe Eclipse. Remember Cafe Eclipse? Yeah. That's going way back. Wow.
Yeah.
Oh boy, where does the time go? All right, so we'll wrap up with Scrimmy with this. The Reason I Can't Sleep at Night.
This is my favorite Johnny Earthquake band. So.
Is it really? Yeah. All right. And again, Scrimmy, thank you so much for being here, my friend.
Thanks for having me.
Check.